And I'm back with more Ace Attorney Justice for All, and look who decided to show up from beyond the grave, essentially. We did see him at the end of the last trial, and now he's decided to make his appearance, I suppose. It's been a long time, right? This person, this is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong? You haven't changed a bit, Franziska. You! How dare you show your face without a shred of shame? You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs, like that ill-bred dog you are. You talking about the Von Karma family creed and be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it. How are things going? I hear you are having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson in the meaning of total victory. Still the same mild mare she always was. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago, but she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Kurita's manager. And then a few months later, she died. But her death was ruled a suicide, wasn't it? Yes. But there's still one riddle we haven't solved. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note? It's just vanished? I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Mr. Nick? I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you gonna run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What's that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to finding the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it's available. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a little more generous with this information. What's going on inside his head? A lot of things may have happened. However, Manfred von Karma is still my mentor, and a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you disappeared? Did you leave because you had your perfect record lost? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials would be so selfish. It'd have been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead at all. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What's your reason? Well, with Franziska, it's almost always says, I will defeat you this time. The instant she sees me. But The courtroom's not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. To save their lives. To save your client, you say? To think those are only driven by ego and self-preservation. Those kinds of prosecutors are reprehensible. Even if you are a prodigy, or someone like you. Looks like there's still a lot you've yet to learn. A lot I've yet to learn? Me? Well, that's enough for now. The time will come when you'll see soon enough. Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that I'm not mistaken. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect someone had hidden it. A suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impact has ever written a note? There was no solid evidence. We did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Juan Corrida himself. The victim? He was the one who found her body, which makes him the likely person to have found a chance to hide it. Miss Corrida had his own manager's note? But why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is a suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1? I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all, the reports that have multiple parts like this one. This has 2. 2 parts? What you just handed me was the first part. Here's the second. Attempted suicide? The attempter's name is Adrian Andrews? Miss Andrews, what did she do? She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person who would do that. You think she's a strong career woman? That's what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She's a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret? Her dependency. That's what she's really like on the inside. Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. What's this about dependent nature? Adrian Andrews' attempted suicide. It was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts. Why did she try to commit suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mentor, was gone. That's why. Why would that... Is this what they call following someone to the grave? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She's someone who needs a person in whom she can trust. Absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles the way to live. That's the nature of her dependency? When she suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That was according to Adrian Andrews herself. And her super confident attitude, it's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. So... yeah, that's, ick. Okay. Well, let's get on going. Ah, crap. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone. It's Franziska? Miss Von Karma, what are you doing here? Well, I'm his lawyer, so you've got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing that. Pearls, you're always following after that detective with that little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. What's that? An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So the noise we heard was this transceiver? I feel sorry for that guy. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews! Yes? Think hard about what we just said. Understood? Okay. What are they talking about? Miss Andrews is a little dazed. Do you know the victim, Mr. Kurita? Yes, I knew him. The world's such a small place, after all. Did you know about his rivalry with the Nikko Samurai? Honestly, those were like children when they came to that. Time and time again, they compete over each other with the trivial things. If either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe one of them wouldn't have to die. Got a hunch this woman knows more than she's letting on. She must know why he was killed. Do you have any ideas as to why Mr. Kurita was murdered? Why would you ask me about such a thing? I'm just doing my job. I mean, do you have any ideas? Yeah. Miss Andrews. Sorry, but there's nothing more I have to add to this conversation. It's a Cyclops, Mr. Nick. I've been getting more and more of those lately. Fuck. Trying to do Edgeworth's lower register kind of fucked with my voice a little bit. I had a cough. Why was Juan Kurita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Ungard's life in danger? Why do you ask us questions that I don't have answers to? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita. You're not that close? That's right. I've never been good with being intimate with other persons. You're not good, huh? Somehow I highly doubt. You and Mr. Kurita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people already bought into the story. It's to be expected with a world full of crooks and liars. Stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. However, what if there was a need for you to get close? Me, a need to get close to him, as if there was ever such a need. Your mentor. How do you know about her? Miss Impact, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Uh-oh. Oh. Right before her death, she was Juan Kurita's manager. I believe you got close so you could figure out why. You great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding his death. Absolutely none. It'd be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with how her suicide was resolved. Her suicide note was never found, was it? Huh? Looks like the police were under suspicion that someone had hidden it. Maybe the person who discovered her body? Mr. Kurita? What? And I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with him. I have sat by quietly and listened to your insults long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor, but allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on with the lives of others. It's the impression you give off, however. I don't think that's really who you are. What? I have evidence to say otherwise. This is proof that she was someone special to you. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. You look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying mostly on yourself. I've been very independent since I can remember. But this is all just a lie. A facade. You've always searched out other people whom you can depend on. You were dependent on her, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop it! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about that from the police report. The one that said they'd suspected Kurita of hiding it. You heard about it and thought you'd recover it from him himself, right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on? It was why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, it seems that you have become one of the reasons to want Kurita dead. Me? Impax was everything to you. And then she died, and you do just about anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? It's true. I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I am physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I have tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews, this one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? But no, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard someone had hidden the note. And that someone was one Kurita. Celeste. Without her, I became scared. Everything seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to recover the note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. It's ironic. Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep that celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't, and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. No, that's enough for now. I understand. Now, I do have a small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. If people found out about my weakness, I'd sooner choose to die than to live. I understand. We'll keep it a secret. I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking about it first. Thank you for your discretion. I thought I had the speed turned down a little bit. I guess not. Maybe it was just it slowed down for that section. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand for a while. That card? I guess she has. What is that card you've been holding? Huh? Oh. I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is it? It's a seashell? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Or not remembering something clearly? That's a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Ongard in your capable hands. Alright. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can. Well, what about Mystic Maya? Is she okay? Oh, she looks so worn out about all this. She hasn't slept at all, and she's been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? No, I'm okay, really. I'm fine. You don't look fine to me. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean her suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. It was clever. What? Mr. Nick, the transceiver! Hello? Mr. Wright and Co. Law Offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Where's Maya? As I promised, I've not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Phew. Which is why, I suppose, she's absolutely famished. What? So I suggest that you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree? Maya, let me hear her! Very well. Ask my... Maya, ask my sis. Ask my sis. Maya! Damn it! Mystic Maya said ask my sis. What? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix, you're so hopeless. Sorry? Die! God damn, she works fast. I have a message from Maya, so ask me anything you want. How's Maya? She's safe. For now. The kidnapper's one to keep his word, I guess. Well, I'm glad to hear she's safe, but how did you figure it out? As soon as she was locked up, she called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information from her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. It's pretty smart. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged. She didn't see the face of her attacker. She's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was her. When you were her? Ugh. I'm starving. Could really go for some apple pie. I mean, sweets are the only way to go. I gotta stay positive. He promised he wouldn't kill me, so I'm not gonna die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. It's locked. This door lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. And then click, they magically open the door. Oh gee, what's that on the ground? Someone dropped a card. A business card, but there's no name on it. It's a seashell? What a strange thing. Ah, that's it. The shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. Huh. I'm such a genius. Alright, if you excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. Yes! Okay, I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting. I'm all worried. Wow. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, excuse me. And we've made it to the trial. Yay! All right. So, next time, we begin the trial of Matt Ungard. I'll see you guys later.